Hi folks, Con here from Audio Advisor, and today I wanted to show off our most popular, best-selling preamplifier. It's the Parasound P5. Here at Audio Advisor, we even have a tendency to call it the Swiss Army knife of preamps because this unit offers every feature an audio enthusiast would want in their preamplifier. But before I show the unit off, I wanted to give the unboxing experience just because I really like how Parasound boxes their equipment. So I already kind of cut the outside open a little bit. The inside, what I really wanted to point out is that the fact it is double boxed. Now if you get yours and the inner box is not taped shut, that's completely normal. That's something that's done at Parasound. They do not tape their inner box. They leave it untaped. But I do like the fact that they do double box it. And then on the inner box, they have a very nice white box that has your remote control, which is a backlit remote control. AC power cord, small guy, probably would consider upgrading that to a Pangea AC14. Entry level USB cord, again I would probably switch that to a Pangea. And then your 12 volt trigger cables. And then these guys even include the batteries for the remote. So that's really, really nice. Put that off to the side real quick. Next we got the manual. I like easy to read, nice manuals, so that's kind of a nice thing right there. Alright, there she is, the Parasound P5. Let's get it out of its protective plastic wrapping real quick. I can kind of show you some of the features. Alright, now that we got it unboxed and we moved the camera in a little bit closer for you guys can see, I wanted to point out some of the features on the faceplate. So starting on the left hand side with the power button, you'll notice that it has a very light blue halo glow when it's in the off position. When you turn it on, that halo glow intensifies, including the red P on the Parasound logo. That unit will actually start glowing as well, among other features on the other side. Now starting on the left, you have 3.5mm headphone out, so you can drive a set of headphones with it, and you also have an auxiliary 3.5mm RCA in, meaning that anything with a headphone jack, like an iPod, a smart enabled device, you can plug directly into that. Then these elusive creatures right here, these are a rarity nowadays. Tone controls. Now these are analog tone controls, so very, very nice. Parasound went out of their way to make sure that those are the highest quality possible. And then the other feature is that these tone controls are not always engaged. There's actually a button right here where you can actually engage the tone controls or disengage them per input. It's not for the whole thing, which is really nice. So certain inputs you want to be able to make the adjustments on, you can, and others you don't. Then you have your input switcher here. It's just a tumbler, and as you scroll, you'll see the inputs moving from left to right with a blue LED. Next, really cool feature, sub-level control. So this unit does actually have a subwoofer output, both single-ended and RCA, so very cool. I'll show you that here in a minute when I flip it around the backside, so you can actually adjust how intense you want your subwoofer to be. And then the last is your balance control and volume and mute. And volume control obviously can be done analog or via a remote. So let's go ahead and flip this around and we'll show you the backside. Alright, right about now you can probably tell why we call this the Swiss Army knife of preamplifiers. As you can see, there's pretty much every input and output one could ever want in an audio system. So starting from the left to the right, I wanted to point out that this does have balanced inputs, including balanced outputs, both for your mains and also the balanced output for your sub. And that was the one thing I wanted to point out. That is super cool. So if you have a balanced subwoofer, you can run an XLR right to that, ensuring that the noise floor stays as quiet as possible. And then down here across the bottom, yes, you did see that correctly. This does have a Phono Stage on it, on board, and it will operate both moving magnet and moving coil. You have one setting for moving magnet, and you have two settings for moving coil depending on the load that you need. Then you have your 5 analog RCA inputs. You also have a fixed record out. And then this feature here is very cool. I'm going to come back and revisit this, the home theater input. And then you have your subwoofer outputs. Since this is an active crossover, you can turn the crossover feature on adjust the crossover you need. This is not a stereo output, but actually a sub 1 and sub 2. So technically you can run 2 subwoofers off of the P5. Then you have your main single-ended output. Again, this does have an active crossover. So if you have like bookshelves or small monitor speakers where you know for a fact that the frequency ranges won't be going as low, you can activate that crossover, set it at a certain point, and allow the amplifiers to only work in that region, giving you greater dynamics in that area. Then you have on top your 12-volt triggers, meaning that if you have like a Parasound amplifier or other amps that have 12-volt in or out, you can actually engage the amplifier's on-off feature by just turning this unit on and off. Makes it very easy. And that also includes for infrared or IR. You can also do the same thing as well. So let's say another device doesn't have an IR in, you can use the IR sensor from this unit to drive that secondary unit. And then digital input. So this unit, like I kept on saying, it's a Swiss Army unit. So you also have digital, not only analog, but digital as well. The USB in has a capability of 2496, where the digital coax has capabilities of 24192, including the optical. And then last, you have your power. It is a removable cord. And then this switch here, make sure you turn this on when you're going to be using it for the first time, because from the manufacturer it'll become disabled. This is kind of like a main power switch. So if you are going to go super prolonged times without listening to your equipment, might consider turning that off all the way. Now, I wanted to come back to this unit, the home theater bypass. So if you're in a situation where you have a home theater system and you want the best out of your musical system, but you only have one room to do that in, that kind of gives you a little bit of restrictions, because AV receivers, even though they do a phenomenal job in surround sound and give you that immersive sensation, they are not so good for 2-channel audio, and that's why Parasound still produces 2-channel amps or preamps. So this is an advantage for you, meaning that if you have a home theater system, you can actually run your front and your subs into this unit, out of this unit to your power amplifier, meaning that when you're wanting to listen to music, you disengage home theater bypass, you use the volume and input controlling on the Parasound P5, giving you the best possible experience for music, and then when you want to listen to movies, you engage the home theater bypass. The Parasound preamp becomes basically a pass-through device. It doesn't alter the sound at all for the front 2 channels, and runs that information along to your front 2-channel amplifier, and or if you have subs connected as well. So it'll run those. So this unit is extremely capable of being mixed into home theater systems. It has every input one could ever want when it comes to a 2-channel audio system. We just find it to be very, very, very versatile, and our customers feel the same way, and that's why this unit has quickly made it to the most popular preamplifier Audio Advisor has ever carried. If you have any questions on the Parasound P5, feel free to contact me at my toll-free direct number, which is 866-984-0667, or shoot me an email at kaya@audioadvisor.com. We appreciate you watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll have more great content to come out, and we'd hate for you guys to miss out. Thanks for watching.